I'm Sarah Star, and this is your space weather forecast for the day. So usually after a moon event, we feel weighted and we feel slow and heavy. However, we're going to feel lighter today and the pace is going to start picking up. Our moon is going to be in Aquarius and it is going to help raise our spirit and to help gain a larger perspective on the path that we really want to choose. Also, we're going to gain a lot of clarity where there was so much confusion at. And then we have Mars and Jupiter teaming up, so it's going to bring back a lot of those good vibes, which we totally need. This is going to raise our confidence levels and it's going to put us more into a determined and inspired mood. But remember, time is going to start accelerating and it's leaving those dark energies behind. Now with our astrological planetary alignments in the mood situation, let's talk about the solar weather. So here's a look at the Schumann today. So much purging going on, but yet again, lighter integration as well. With a break like this is where that clarity is going to start setting in. And we're integrating all of the light. So some of you may still be experiencing higher ascension symptoms as you acclimate into the new frequencies coming in. But some of us are going to feel these bliss energies. Some of us are going to have a tiny break. So our amplitude is at a 26 right now. However, our frequency is a lot higher. So yet again, we're acclimating all of the higher vibrational energy that is coming in. This is those DNA upgrades. It's really prominent right here. And we also had a couple M-class flares. So let's look at that. So we had a total of 4 M-class flares yesterday. So we have had 3539. We're going to take a look at that. 3538 is giving us some light. 3547 was a random one. Keep in mind that all of these regions are stable right now, and we are getting a lot of light from 3541, which I will also show. So today we have 9 sunspot regions. Like I said, we are going to look at 3539 here, and we are also going to look at 3541. Now, most of these regions are in a state of decay or they are very stable. So we're just going to take a look at these 2 regions because they have the highest percent chance of having a C-class flare or an M-class flare. This is region 3539. Notice that it is heading off of the limb of the sun. It went down in its size because of that. There are 14 sunspots now on this region. We gained 1, but notice the percentage. We're at a 45% chance of having some C-class flares from this region because it is coming together a little bit, couple buffers, but we do have that 10% chance of also having an M-class flare from 3539. And this region right here is 3541. Now this is the most complex region we have. It is in beta and gamma range. It keeps switching its complexity. It went up in the number of sunspots. We have a 55% chance of having some C-class flares. Only a 5% chance of having an M-class, but doesn't matter because we had a 1% chance of having it from another area and we got one. So we have so many M-class flares that were popping off, especially on this side of the sun. 3538 is heading off of the limb. You can see it exploding with 2 M-class flares. Also 3539 with that M-class flare sending us into an R1 radio blackout and a very long filament eruption. So we're still modeling the analysis to see if there are any Earth-directed components with this CME. But here we are on a radio blackout chart. So we have a little bit of interference in this area right here around Africa and South America. Not too much though. If we do have some more M-class flares, we can see more radio blackouts, maybe an R2 to an R1 or an R1 to an R2, slight chance. But notice that we haven't had too much. It's very slow solar weather right now. Schumann resonance off the charts, slow solar weather, except for those M-class flares, but there are no CMEs that are Earth directed from those. Now our solar wind levels, we're at a KP1. Notice that we are going to increase on Saturday with this KP3. We're gonna have a weak enhancement from a CME coming in, and that's pretty much going to stay until the 13th, the 14th, and then it's going to die back down into background levels. Our density is at a 7. You could see a massive spike right here. That's an indication that we're getting a lot of influence from the plasma coming in from those CMEs. Also with our velocity ranging between 450, 500 kilometers per second, which we're at 477 kilometers per second. You can see a slight spike here, but we're pretty much nominal between 450 and 500 for today. And yet again, our geomagnetic forecast, pretty much nothing is going to go on. We have a very, very small chance of having anything, maybe a G1 active levels as it reaches higher than 500 kilometers per second. But like I said, not too much of a chance of that. So very low solar activity again. So yay, we're gonna have a lighter day in energies, which is really nice because we need to rest and do our self-care as we acclimate into this newer energy. So you might feel a little bit more clarity later on in the day. You might feel those good vibes coming in. Today might be a better day overall. So how are you feeling with the huge, massive spikes that we've had? Are those ascension symptoms still prominent today, or have they changed? Do you feel lighter today? Are you having a good day? It's very important that you do your self-care and you hydrate during this time of rest. I'm Sarah Starr, and this is your space weather forecast for the day. Love ya!